Hi, and welcome to the Media Shift's Digital Media Brief. I'm Mark Glazer, Executive Editor of PBS Media Shift, along with media analyst Martin Langeveld, Ryan Chittum, Columbia Journalism Review, Jesse Holcomb of Pew Research Center, Andrew Lih at American University. We're sponsored by NextSpace Co-working and Childcare in San Francisco. Can digital dimes add up for newspapers with less print? A new memo from Advanced Newspapers says this year the private company with 31 papers will have digital revenues surpassing print losses. The company lowered print frequency 5 years ago, was attacked for doing that. Martin, is lower print frequency the answer for other papers, and why aren't they jumping in so far?
I think it is the answer. I think that essentially they would lose some circulation revenue, but also a lot of circulation expense. They could hang on to most of their advertising revenue, and they could come out ahead and especially be more focused on digital. I think what's keeping them from doing this is just inertia, the fact that they've been reacting step by step, incrementally, and haven't thought strategically about how to make a big leap into a business model that will work for them in the longer run. I think that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to face that, make that switch strategically rather than out of desperation. Yeah.
And Jesse, tell us about the numbers when it comes to newspapers. Where do they stand when it comes to losing kind of print and where digital ad revenues are coming in for them?
Well, generally speaking, the continued print advertising revenue losses are significant. They're ongoing. They don't show any signs of going away. And in the meantime, the digital advertising revenue, the additional digital circulation revenue, and some of these other categories are just not doing enough to sort of really move the dial and allow the newspaper industry as a whole to start to generate more revenue than they have in the past, especially when you think about keeping a pace with inflation, with the general state of the economy. It's just not enough right now, and we don't see any signs of that really changing dramatically in the near term.
And Andrew, what do you think about the chances for mobile and video are growing? There are some of the digital areas that are growing. Do you think there's a chance that that's something that newspapers can jump into?
Absolutely. We're already seeing sites like CNN, BuzzFeed, and all the major news sites after 5 p.m. on weekdays and on weekends, mobile being the majority of their customers or the people using their systems. So that's only going to increase going forward. So definitely, if you've even seen some of the redesigns of news sites starting in 2015, they're mobile first now. They're not even responsive. They're mobile first. So that shows you how much the orientation is towards mobile being the main thrust of what they're doing. But I think the print still has a role in terms of being that useful kind of weekly summary and analysis when people have time to actually sit and absorb it. And you can still get a fair amount of print revenue from the inserts and advertising that you do on weekends.
And Ryan, do you think there's a future for print when it comes to newspapers? Should they be down to just once on the weekend, or is this going to be just a digital game when it comes to news?
I think there's going to be a future for print newspapers, at least some of them, sort of a premium edition 10 years, 15, 20 years down the line, barring some advance in technology that sort of duplicates the physical paper. But yeah, you're not going to have 7-day print newspapers in 10 years, for the most part.
Well, thanks a lot for tuning into this week's Digital Media Brief. Check us out at PBS Media Shift at pbs.org/mediashift. Thanks to our sponsor, NextSpace and NextKids. You can learn about their pioneering program at nextspace.us/nextkids. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend.